this, so thank you to everyone that has requested it. I have my extra white chewing gum, and I'm gonna bung a few of these in my gob. For gum chewing. And I'm gonna talk about my favourite martial arts movies. Now the first one I want to talk about, and these are in no particular order, is the Chinese Boxer with Jimmy Wang. Now I watched this, I think I was about 8 years old. My dad had it on 8mm film. Just get a projector and shine it onto a screen. You could buy the films. It was only about 20 minutes long. It was an abridged version, but they were still pretty cool. So the film's very simple in plot. There's a gang of people wreck Jimmy Wang's martial arts school. So he goes after them and sorts them all out. But what I really liked about it, this was from as well about 1970, so way before the Bruce Lee films came. So I'd never seen Bruce Lee, I'd not seen him yet. So Jimmy Wang used to be my sort of favourite martial artist at the time. But the bit I really loved is they have this fight out in the snow, and you've got the sort of end boss who stands and watches. It was like that in a lot of the older martial arts films. So the boss is standing there watching while Jimmy Wang's having this fight with these two people, and he finally beats them. Then there's a fight with this end boss, and he's fighting him. So he gets his fingers and he jabs him and he like cuts him. So the end boss is in big trouble. And all of a sudden the end boss, he whistles and this guy comes up out of the ground like one of those, like a little rabbit or something. It's like covered as you might have thought they was watching them back then, but it's still fun to watch that one. Another one, my favourite martial arts films, is Queen Boxer with Judy Lee. I once read somewhere, I think, that Judy Lee, obviously it wasn't her real name, but she actually used to pretend that she was Bruce Lee's sister. And I think Queen Boxer come out. Again, I hadn't seen Bruce Lee yet. But Queen Boxer came out, I think it was about 1972. So it's round about when Bruce Lee was just coming along. So yeah. Again, plot-wise, not much to really say. I think it was something to do with these people had enslaved her family or something, so she got revenge. And again, that's actually a story you've probably heard. If you haven't, I'll tell it again. There's this part where she comes round this, I don't know if it's a school. Anyway, she's having this fight with loads of people, and she has a knife. Actually, I think she has two knives. And there's this one part where a guy comes at her. I think he throws a punch. She grabs his arm, puts him in like an arm lock, and she's got the knife. She throws the knife in the air, catches it, stabs the guy with it. Here's the little story. When I was a kid, I was in the kitchen once, and I started reenacting this fight scene, and there was this little knife on the side, and so I picked up the knife. I'm reenacting this fight scene from the movie. So I pretend the guy's gonna punch me, and I grab him, threw the knife up in the air like she did, but then jabbed it into my leg. So I had this big hole in my leg. It didn't bleed, there was no blood. You see, this big hole. I must have gone into the muscle. So I thought, oh, what am I gonna do? I didn't tell my parents. So I just cleaned it, because someone had been buttering bread or something with this knife. There was butter on it, so there was butter in the hole. I had to get the butter out. I got the butter out, and I just put plaster on it, and it eventually healed. But yeah, it was a little story. It was because of that movie. But yeah, so that was one scene. But the final scene is always reminded me of Streets of Rage. You know, when you have to like fight all these people and the boss just sits there on the chair, and she comes in, Judy Lee, and she sees the boss, and he just sits there, and he's got all his men. So all his men are all attacking Judy Lee, and she's beating them all up. And while he's just sitting there, I really loved that. It was awesome. Eventually, she gets these axes, and one of them, I think, she puts an axe through one of the people's heads, which I thought was kind of cool. I thought, that's good. I liked all that. Then she finally gets the boss, and she gets, I think it's 3 axes, and she lobs them, and they get him, I think, yeah, in the back, because I think he's trying to escape. So he then turns around and she lobs another 3 at him, and they hit him in the front. So his guy's now like dying, and it finally finishes with her putting her fingers towards his eyes. You don't actually see it, but leave it to your imagination. Again, you know, a bit sort of dated now, but absolutely great movie. I used to love it. Okay, I'm going to talk about one more for now. And I could not talk about favourite martial arts movies without talking about this guy. The one and only Bruce Lee. My dad brought home this reel of film with 4 trailers on it. One of the trailers was for Fists of Fury, aka The Big Boss. The other one was for Enter the Dragon. Eventually, my dad just spliced these 2 together, so I only watched the Bruce Lee ones, and I watched them over and over again. Just from the trailers, I'd never seen anything like it. Anyway, the first full movie of Bruce Lee's I thought was Fist of Fury from 1972, which was also called The Chinese Connection in America. And I watched this and blew me away. Bruce Lee was the most amazing martial artist I've ever seen. And also, what was really good is that he was so good, the films didn't really date. You look at them now, and I mean, I'm not talking about the martial arts now, I'm talking about like the photography and everything. Looks really pucker. It looks like a new sort of film. In fact, I've seen new films and fight scenes, and a lot of them still don't even come close to the fight scenes of Bruce Lee. And I just remember, you know, what the film's about, by the way, I'll tell you. This fighter, martial artist called Hu Yun Cha, has died mysteriously. And it turns out that he's been poisoned. So Bruce Lee avenges his master, basically. And if you've never seen any Bruce Lee movies, guys, I mean, watch them all. goes into this Japanese school, and they go, he says to him, when you're ready, I'll take on any Japanese here. Japanese like karate school. So one of the people come up and go, oh, I want to see how good you are, eh? And Bruce goes, well, we fight alone or all together. You then have one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen. Just absolutely amazing. The choreography for this was done by Bruce Lee himself, and it's just incredible. When, as he takes on all these people at once, when someone finally kicks him, he rolls over, and he has a weapon called nunchucks, or nunchaku. Two pieces of wood with a chain in the middle. It was introduced to him by Dan Inosanto, and he showed Bruce how to use them, and then Bruce, of course, took them a bit further, used them his own way. I tell you guys, absolutely amazing movie with an amazing martial artist. Yeah, so there's 3 of my favourite martial arts movies. I hope you enjoyed me rambling on about them, and I hope you enjoyed the gum chewing. I will definitely be doing more of them, more of my favourite TV shows, more of my favourite albums. So I'll be gum chewing and hard candy videos. I'll definitely be doing more anyway, guys. Right, I'm gonna go off now and probably watch Fist of Fury. I want to watch it now, I've been talking about it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And remember to hit or punch, if you want, the notifications bell, so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm now gonna go watch some Bruce Lee, so I'll see you next time. But in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful